this is the tutorial for the personalized memory charm locket from the January Silhouette Life Inspiration Box. So starting off, the materials that you'll need from your box are this charm necklace, the charms, you should have 3 blue charms and a snowflake, the blue grid transfer tape, and then the rainbow holographic adhesive vinyl. So now that we have all of our materials ready, we're going to get everything set up in our design studio.
Okay, so we are now on our computer with the tutorial pulled up and the design studio pulled up. For the personalized memory charm locket page, you can find this in the photo albums in the Facebook group, and then it links you to the Google Drive folder. So we already have the materials that we need, and they're really easy. The toughest part is sizing the small design to not go on the locket, but in the locket, as she says right here. But she has a template for us, but this tutorial goes through how to make your own. So what size circle you want to make, how you want to do the transform menu to size it exactly like you need it, how to line up the inner circle over the image of the locket, and how to go through that. So if you're making your own design later, like a different type of necklace, this is definitely the place to come to find how to do it. She goes into it really detailed for you. So we're going to just open the one that she has for us. So I just clicked on the studio format. It's going to download it. Once I click download, here we go. My computer's taking a long time. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm going to open that. It should open it right up into my studio. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go back up. She has it filled with Nana. You can use a monogram, name, whatever you want. She does say, don't forget, if you use a script font, you'll need to weld the letters. How you weld it is you would come up, and I usually go to the help, the help drop down, and I will type in weld, because then it will show you exactly where you need to go to get the weld. So modify and then weld. This one is already welded, so you don't have to do that here. So I'm going to, you can't edit her text. Oh, I don't know what I just did, so back up. And what I'm going to do is I want to make a charm that says Abby. I'm going to be making one for my niece. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to go type her name, and I'm going to try out this one, Cotton Candy. But I'm going to, so this is where I'm going to need to weld it. So let's see, we want modify, and we want weld. So here it shows you where the modified panel is, weld, and now it welded together. So that is ready to go. I'm going to right click, make compound path. That puts it all together in one. Now this size is 0.751, so I'm going to change it here, go to the transform, scale, and I want the width to be, what was it, 0.75, I think, let's see, 0.751, but I want to keep the dimensions. So when we go to the transform menu, or so I want to lock it. So 0.751, and that will make this other piece the size that it needs to be. So it'll fit perfectly right in there. So then I'm just going to delete Nana, put Abby over it, and that's how I want it. So once the design is set up, move the image out of the way and get ready to cut, is what it says. So click over to the send tab. I didn't bother moving the circle since that can help during the weeding process, but that part's up to you. So I'm going to move it. I just want my Abby to be cut out. So I don't care about this, and I don't care about this. But while I'm on here, I am going to save it. I'm going to save it so that I don't lose these images. And I'm just going to use what she has. So then, for cutting, I use the vinyl glossy settings blade 1. Okay. So now we just want this. I'm going to move it up to the corner. I'm going to go to send. Vinyl glossy, let's see, 1, speed of 5, force of 10. That's exactly what she said. And we are going to do a test cut, so I'm going to move it over to the other side so that it doesn't interfere when I'm doing a test cut. and then you'll weed it like normal. So let's go ahead and get it set up on our machine, and then we can cut it out.
All right, so we have the vinyl now. It's on my cut mat and it's loaded into my Cameo, and I'm going to do the test cut since I haven't worked with this type of vinyl before. So on my Design Studio, I just click test. It will go ahead and cut that test cut. Let's unload it. So what we're going to check for right now is making sure that I can peel up around it and that it cut it out all the way. And it didn't cut through. So that's not good. We don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my blade up 1. I'm going to go from 1 to 2. And I'm going to manually set where I test the cut. And I'm going to do it right below the old test cut. So I just press the downward arrow, and now I'm clicking test. So I'm at a blade 2. Unload. I'm going to test this one. Okay, and that worked great. So in my settings, I just needed to have my blade at a 2. And then I still have it at speed 5, force 10, 1 pass. So I'm going to load it, and I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to click send. Okay, that's sending. Make sure you have a pair of tweezers, a pair of scissors, and any weeding pick tool with you, and then your charm. Because we're going to end up, and your blue grid transfer tape. So I just cut out a little piece of that, so when it's done cutting, we'll, oh crap. Well, I have my design settings wrong. So I had it set to be landscape, and my vinyl is in here portrait. So I need to cancel the job, come back to the Design Studio, and now I'm going to set it to be 8.5 by 11 rather than 12 by 8.5. Okay, now I fixed it. Now I'm going to send it, and hopefully it'll cut in the right spot. It was trying to cut my cut mat before, and you don't want that. So I'm setting this. I think I actually screwed it up again. Dang it. Alright, you guys, I am all sorts of not doing this right. So it's only 8. It's not 8.5. So switch it to 8. Then click send. So I'm going to cancel it again. Yes, I want to cancel. It's going to reset itself. I don't know why I fed it in that way when the one thing wasn't like that, but I'm going to unload it. Now I have it at 8, which is what this is lined up with. I unloaded it just to make sure my blade reset to where it should be. Reloading it. See, even if you do this stuff for forever, if you've done it for years, you still make silly mistakes. So now it's going to go. Alright. Also, if you watch the tutorial for the homemade gift box, I'm still finding glitter everywhere, so that's good. This shouldn't take very long to cut. So I'm not even going to stop the video because it's going to take like 30 seconds. It's done. So then, here's what we're going to do. We're going to unload it. I'm going to turn off my machine. And I'm going to take this off of the cut mat. Then I like to cut it off the sheet. Some people don't like to do that. I prefer to have it off. So I'm just going to cut out my design. So then I have it cut out right there. And I'm going to weed it with this little pick tool. It's a dentist tool is what I use. Oh, and this stuff is weeding awesome. My letter has some of the, like some really little pieces in Abby, and it just came right up in 2 seconds. I mean, this is real time. I don't speed it up. So the only thing I'm noticing is right now I'm trying to get the little holes out of the B and the actual letter B moved around. So I'm going to hold the tip of it and then try to pick out the center. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. To pick that out. So depending on what word you chose, make sure you're just being careful when you try to get out any little pieces of your design. So that way you don't have to worry about, moving the position of your letters. Okay, so now we have it weeded. So I have Abby. And then I'm going to pick off the back of my transfer tape. The only thing is you want it really small because you're going to be putting it inside the locket. So I'm going to cut down Abby as close as I can to the word. So now just really tiny, and then I'm just going to cut out the smallest amount of transfer tape that I can use. And this blue grid transfer tape is my favorite kind. I love this stuff. So then I'm going to put it onto the word. Oh, it's so tiny, I'm just having a hard time lining it up right. Alright, so then I'm going to cut off the excess transfer tape. And I'm just going to rub it to get it to really stick to the back of that. And then when you peel up, oh, this stuff you're going to have to rub really well. Normally I use like the scrapey tool. That works really well. Alright, so now we're close. I'm trying to get the bee to stick. Okay, so then you're going to open your locket. And you want to put it on the inside, so back here. And I'm going to use a pair of tweezers to place this. I love these pink tweezers. So I'm just going to hold on to this, open the locket, and I'm going to set this inside. Alright, so now I have it laid down in there, and you're going to want to just press it in, and then you should be able to pick up the transfer tape with your tweezers, but I need to rub mine a little bit more because it's wanting to peel up the letters again. So then you take the tweezers, and as soon as you rub it, it's sticking great. So now we have the transfer tape off, we can close the locket, and now we have the locket that says Abby. So then you have your three, where did I put them? Right here. You have the three little jewels. So I'm going to take these out, and I'm going to open the locket and just put these right inside. And then there we go. There's the locket. And I have the chain. I just have to loop it around. So that is this project. Let me know if you have any questions. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching.